Well,
as they decide whether to vote for you or not, they want to know where your money's coming from. Should know who's bankrolling your campaign.
that is why the Labour Party set up those rules.
But you won't tell us.
Who's really pulling the strings behind Kier Starmer's campaign? Andrew Neil digs deep into the murky world of political funding, leaving no stone unturned. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. As Starmer fumbles for answers, the truth begins to unravel. This isn't just about money, it's about the future of British politics. Are you ready to see what Neil uncovers? Andrew Neil wastes no time getting to the heart of the matter. He presses Starmer on campaign funding transparency, a topic that's been raising eyebrows among Labour Party members. Neil's direct approach catches Starmer off guard, and the tension in the studio is palpable. Starmer attempts to deflect, falling back on party rules and procedures.
What we will build
Kier
on.
Starmer, a pledge is not an indication. A pledge is a word, is your word. It's a pledge. It's not
I've got to
unpalatable. What I'm
model it.
asking you is something, a position you're taking that the Corbyn left will find unpalatable.
The Labour Party set up those rules that we should all comply with, he says, his voice strained. But Neil isn't buying it. He counters with specific examples of other candidates who've disclosed their funding sources, leaving Starmer squirming in his seat. As the interview progresses, Starmer's struggle to provide clear answers becomes more apparent. Neil pushes for names of top donors, but Starmer remains evasive. He mentions trade unions, crowdfunding, and individual donations, but refuses to disclose specific amounts or names. It's a stark contrast to the openness Neil is demanding.
Bit collective
It's not
action.
in your pledge.
Well, the pledge is 3 lines, Andrew. You're asking me for more detail, and I'm giving it to you.
Well-
The pain is I've got people from different parts of the party on my campaign working together because I know that
Viewers at home can feel the shift in perception. Starmer's credibility is taking hit after hit with each dodged question. The Labour leader's carefully crafted image of transparency is crumbling before their eyes. Neil, sensing blood in the water, goes for the kill. He exposes inconsistencies in Starmer's funding claims, highlighting the gap between the candidate's words and actions. It's a masterclass in investigative journalism, leaving Starmer looking flustered and unprepared. The implications of this exchange are far-reaching. Political experts have long emphasized the crucial role of transparency in maintaining public trust. Starmer's evasiveness raises serious questions about potential conflicts of interest and the true nature of his political alliances.
But the fact is, the 2016 Trade Union Act, when it comes to cribbing and curtailing union power,
it's coming from those 3. One of my biggest donors was put up on the website, I think, yesterday.
right, that's one of the lawyers.
As the funding fiasco comes to a close, Neil smoothly transitions to the next topic. He's about to dig into Starmer's political stance and past associations. The stage is set for another round of tough questions, and viewers are left wondering, will Starmer's past come back to haunt him? The political drama is far from over. Neil's relentless questioning takes an unexpected turn. Mr. Starmer, you've been quite vocal about your current views, but let's talk about your past, he begins. The Labour leader's face tightens. What skeletons are about to tumble out of Starmer's political closet?
The key legislation.
Give me that
Because
stuff.
you're hiding behind the process.
No, the Labour Party
Why
said-
don't you do what the other candidates do and tell? Don't Labour members have a right?
I've been asked that many times. I've said it's coming from trade unions, from crowdfunding, from individual donations.
Who's your biggest donor?
Neil doesn't mince words as he confronts Starmer about his past support for Jeremy Corbyn. In 2020, you described your platform as Corbynism without the baggage, Neil states, his eyes locked on Starmer. Yet today, you're singing a very different tune. Which Kier Starmer should the British public believe? Starmer, visibly uncomfortable, attempts to distance himself from his previous statements. He stammers about the need for party unity and how times have changed. But Neil isn't letting him off the hook that easily. The veteran broadcaster presents a damning timeline of Starmer's shifting positions, from his initial praise of Corbyn's leadership to his current criticisms. As Neil methodically lays out the evidence, tension in the studio reaches a fever pitch. Starmer struggles to reconcile his past praise with his current stance. He talks about the necessity of moving the party forward, but his explanations ring hollow in the face of Neil's precise questioning. Neil pushes for clarity on Starmer's true political alignment.
Well, as they decide whether to vote for you or not, they want to know where your money's coming from. Should know who's bankrolling your campaign.
That is why the Labour Party set up those rules.
But you won't tell us.
You supported nationalisation and increased taxes on the wealthy under Corbyn. Now, you're adopting more centrist positions. Are these your genuine beliefs or just political expediency? Starmer's response is a jumble of political jargon, failing to address the core of Neil's question. Viewers at home watch as their trust in Starmer further erodes. The contradictions become glaringly apparent, and social media lights up with reactions. Political commentators begin dissecting Starmer's responses in real time, questioning his authenticity and commitment to his stated principles. As the interview reaches its climax, Neil delivers the knockout blow. He reveals a pattern of political maneuvering throughout Starmer's career, suggesting that his current positions may be more about winning votes than genuine conviction. Starmer's carefully constructed image of principled leadership crumbles under the weight of his own inconsistencies. The implications of this exchange are far-reaching. Experts note that Starmer's shift away from Corbyn's policies could alienate the left-wing base of the Labour Party, potentially impacting future electoral prospects. As the dust settles, viewers are left to grapple with a troubling question. In the world of British politics, can anyone truly be trusted to stand by their principles? As the dust settles on Neil's relentless interrogation, the implications for Starmer and British politics are profound. Neil's sharp questioning exposed glaring inconsistencies in Starmer's campaign funding and political alignment. The Labour leader's evasiveness on donor transparency and his struggle to reconcile past support for Corbyn with his current centrist stance have left viewers questioning his authenticity. This interview serves as a stark reminder of the importance of political consistency and transparency. In an era where voters increasingly prioritize authenticity, Starmer's performance may have long-lasting consequences for his leadership aspirations. The confrontation highlighted a growing trend in British politics: the public's demand for leaders who can withstand scrutiny and maintain their principles under pressure. As we look to the future of British politics, one question looms large. Can any politician truly balance the demands of party leadership with the public's expectation of unwavering consistency? Or are we witnessing the inevitable cost of political ambition in a rapidly changing landscape?